Is there more? Do you have more information on this, or have you withheld anything, or do you have plans on doing another video?
I mean, withheld anything? I gave all the information I had about his interest in Shadman. Now, there are some people on other websites that they're very smart. They found a Reddit account. You might have seen this, Tyson Boy, where he talks about he put in, like, what was it, a dating Reddit or subreddit thing, where he mentions something about like 14-year-olds, and then he also mentions in another Reddit like something about 3D lolly gang. I'm not even going to say it.
The media kind of cover in this situation. And this is from Rolling Stone. Ava Kris Tyson steps away from all things Mr. Beast amid transphobic attacks. Right. That's the headline here, right? Implying that things were so bad that they had to step back because they were getting attacked.
It's funny that people couldn't maintain the same energy they had with Dr. Disrespect about Kris Tyson.
Oh, absolutely. And as pointed out by BX, is my attack on this person was in no way based on transphobia. I think that's the thing that these outlets are missing, is that this has nothing to do with, with whether they're a boy or a girl, trans, straight, gay, whatever. No. You're fucking with kids. That's fucked up.
Yep. And everyone can agree on that. It don't matter if you're a purple polka dotted alien. I don't want you messing with kids. That's not okay. That's where everyone on the planet draws a line, is old people, kids, animals. Pretty much a universal, don't fuck with that or you'll find out. So I don't know why we're always trying to play the victim card. When it was Dr. Disrespect, it was okay to cancel him because what? He was a straight white guy? He was a straight white guy that said things you didn't like, so then it made it more okay to cancel him. But when it's Kris Tyson, who's part of a channel that you all like to support and who happens to be part of a victimized, marginalized community, then we don't cancel him. We protect him. We protect him. Right. That's what we do to PDFs.
Well, this has been an absolute waterfall of information, just a flood that has just been flooding out over the last 48 hours. And a lot of it started about a month ago with, as I mentioned, this creator named Prism42. This is the video that a lot of clips were put out about. It started the Kris Tyson journey, and it's a longer video, an hour long, that just kind of goes beat for beat along the way, talking about the accusations associated here. And as you can see, it's really, this video was released and it's popped off in the last few days as people have gotten a wind of this. So joining us now is actually the creator of that video and kind of the investigator, journalist, I guess you could say, Prism42. How are you?
Hello, Craig. I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
Good, man. Welcome to the show. So your video is kind of the one that spurred a lot of this. It was released about a month ago. So why don't you first walk us through kind of the what inspired you first and foremost to really dig into your investigation?
So what inspired me is I was browsing 4chan one day. I came across this post and it showed Kris Tyson's interactions with Shadman. I decided to look into it. I saw some disgusting stuff for a children's entertainer. And of course, I show my family and friends, and they're telling me I have to get this out. And that's what started this whole journey, if that's what you want to call it, the Kris Tyson journey.
So how long ago was this?
This was a little over a year ago. I would say March of last year or April of last year.
Wow. So pretty good while. So when did you really start digging on this? You said March or April, but was there something in particular? What was the thing that you saw on 4chan that where you're like, whoa, this needs to be addressed?
I still have the picture. It was when they showed that he bought a poster from Shadman. They were showing that like he was commenting all these things on like Shadman's posts, and I've heard of Shadman before. There's plenty. He had a presence online. I knew this guy was bad news, and this guy's a children's entertainer. This is absolutely unacceptable for him to be having these fantasies of children and being in the children's entertainment industry.
So you start digging and you start seeing the interactions. Did you just go through Kris Tyson's X or Twitter handle pretty extensively? Like, what's your research look like?
So what I did was I used advanced Twitter search. And so I put in Kris Tyson, Shadman. I looked for all the tweets I could. And then I tried to fully understand, what does this mean? Like, for example, the Raftalia one, I looked on there and I'm like, okay, who is this character? Why is this person? Why do people send this character to Shadman? And then I find out it's a show that Kris has, he knows about, he's a fan of, and the character was like a 10-year-old girl in the screenshot, and he's saying, please, Shad, please, asking Shadman to draw art of this depiction of a child.
You're muted, Greg.
Sorry, I was just trying to gather my thoughts. So obviously anybody can look at that and be like, that's not right. You should not be making art of children in a sexualized manner. So what was, as you were digging and doing a little research on this, was there anything in particular that struck you as
Yes,
like the most inappropriate?
yes. I would say the most inappropriate one, and I'm surprised no one's talked about this because I talked about it in my video. There's this tweet that he made called he wrote to Shadman, "Peep, my favorite snack in the spaghetti." And I tried to look into the post, but the post is deleted. So what I did was I went to the archives where they have like these archives of all the artwork Shadman made, the date, every single piece of information about it, like the description. And I found the similar upload date. And I looked through all the art pieces. This is the only art piece that had Tide Pods in the spaghetti. And it was a comic of a mother sexually abusing her son by forcing him to perform oral on her. And I was like, what the heck is this? Like, this dude went to the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. He should not be around kids if he's having like these kinds of fantasies or wants to engage in that. No one's talked about that either, which I'm surprised.
Whoa, hold on. So let's back up real quick. So you're saying that in this post, Kris was speaking to Shadman about a request for this?
No.
To create this,
so what it was if you go to my video, the Kris Tyson's interactions with PDF file art, you'll see I pointed out the tweet that he made. It was a reply to a post that Shadman made that got taken down off of Twitter for obvious reasons. And it was a comic about a mother having dinner with her two kids, and then the kid is like performing oral on his mom. Some really disgusting stuff.
Right. I mean, it goes without saying. That's unbelievable, really.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to get it out.
Right. Okay. Well, it's out now. We're this has been your first video was about a month ago, the one that kind of popped off. So you've seen this video clipped and it's been passed around. Do you feel responsible for kind of the avalanche that's hitting Mr. Beast and Kris right now?
100%. I mean, it's pretty undeniable. If you look through all of this stuff, like all the stuff that's out there, it's very clear that I was the main actor in getting out there. I mean, there's people that helped me, but I did all the research in regards to Kris Tyson and all this interest in Shadman stuff. And I eventually had come across him sorry. I'm extending it too long, but yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Is there more? Do you have more information on this, or have you withheld anything, or do you have plans on doing another video?
I mean, withheld anything? I gave all the information I had about his interest in Shadman. Now, there are some people on other websites that they're very smart. They found a Reddit account. You might have seen this, Tyson Boy, where he talks about he put in, like, what was it, a dating Reddit or subreddit thing, where he mentions something about like 14-year-olds. And then he also mentions in another Reddit, like something about 3D lolly gang. I'm not even going to say it, but
right. Yeah.
This guy, I don't even know what to say.
So, I mean, obviously you really dug in. Mally, do you have anything here? You want to ask Prism about this?
I mean, I am just flabbergasted and I mean, sadly, not surprised to know that this is the kind of stuff that's going on when we can't see it, but it's disgusting. It's vile. I am at a loss for words because of how vile it is. That just breaks my heart.
Prism, will you give us a quick rundown of your background? Just a quick
So,
rundown of who you are, and so people are clear.
so my background is I am, well, I mean, people know my first name. My name's Martin. Um, I am interested in the STEM field. I'm interested in politics. I'm interested in quite a bit of stuff. But, when I saw this, I'm not like, I never was an I never claimed to be an investigative journalist when I was starting out. It was, ironically enough, I was doing this, and then other people were telling me what I was doing was investigative journalism when I had no intention of being a journalist.
And you're just kind of thrust into this by doing your own research on this.
Yes.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and I don't blame you for really digging into this. And I think we all know that there's people in the entertainment industry who are really fucked up, who really, but to do it so publicly, I have your video pulled up over here, and I'm seeing tweets that you're referencing. I mean, this is not like DMs. These are public tweets
Yeah,
here.
it was public. Yeah.
So
100%.
brazen out in the open.
Oh, one thing I want to mention. So see the one on the bottom left, the
Mhm.
Garbatas. I think that's what they're called. So I looked into this guy. Supposedly he's also a lolicon artist too. So not only was Kris Tyson getting involved with like Shadman and Jay Lullaby, but now there's also this guy, the Garbatas guy. He's also like he's drawing kids before too. Not like real kids like Shadman, but he's still drawing depictions of kids. But you can't have someone in the children's entertainment industry that is, indulging in these kinds of fantasies.
So what do you think's next? Like, what's next? What do you hope happens?
I think what should happen is Mr. Beast should just explain, like, he should be fully transparent. If he knew about this, he should have just said, "Hey, I messed up. I really shouldn't have let it gone on for as long as I did, but he was my best friend and I was afraid to do anything." Like he could just come clean if he knew about this. I don't know if he knew about it, but people have come out with their own stories. So.
Well, man, I mean, I think just pointing this stuff out and getting the ball rolling down the hill at the end of the day, I hope that you get the credit that you deserve for kind of bringing this to light. Because we're talking about obviously one of the biggest creators literally in the world, with one of the biggest platforms in the world, speaking to children. And as a father of two daughters who, they've watched Mr. Beast videos, you want to make sure that the people that they're watching are not fucking assholes and creepers. So
Absolutely.
Well,
and for me, I just want to add a comment.
Sure.
For me, I understand he was like one of the largest content creators in the world. This was not really intimidating for me as much as it would be for other people. And that's just because of my personal beliefs and my background. I know you asked me about my background. I forgot to mention this. I was on Paris Island for 4.5 months. I received training, and I don't want to go into the details, but I had some issues with, I had some health issues. I'd say it was not medically discharged, but I was other than honorably discharged. So I also have this personal belief: anything that is possible can be achieved using developmental procedures. So when I see this guy, he has all these subscribers. He has like $500 million. I'm not even intimidated by that. I'm just like, how can I get this done? Who do I have to talk to? How far do I have to travel? That's my mentality about that. And that's just because how I was brought up.
Have you, since you released your video, since it's been going, have you received a whole lot of pushback from
Absolutely,
the internet?
No, there are these crazies that are like posting my address, and they're not making direct threats; they're making indirect threats, and you have these like weird people. And I think what's terrible too is I don't want to just focus on me. I want to say, like, I think it's really bad. Some people are putting a lot of pushback on Lava GS, when in reality we all know that he's the victim of Kris Tyson messaging him, creepily and inappropriately. I understand that it's a lot for him to process, but people should not be hammering this guy, because at the end of the day, he didn't want to be put in this scenario. He's just a victim of it.
All right. Well, we appreciate you obviously putting together the video. You know, it's fascinating stuff and connecting the dots on this and the research that you've done. Is there anything you want to promote before we let you go?
I would say that, of course, I made through the 3 documentaries about that. I would say that Verdius was a big help. He's also a very good man. Unfortunately, you know, I'll just leave it at that. If you could go check out his channel, he wants to basically catch a bunch of creeps, and eventually, you know, that's kind of how we met. He's a very good man. I think people should check out his channel. He's going to upload more stuff in the future.
All right. Well, Prism, thanks so much for your time, man. And good luck with your research. Good luck with your journey. And we appreciate you coming on with us today.
Sure thing. Thanks for having me on, Craig.